Alright everyone, welcome to Sour Horsepower, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA45 AMG. Alright everyone, as is customary here on Sour Horsepower, we're going to first take a look at the key of the vehicle. So here is the new design Mercedes AMG key. Got the nice little AMG logo there. But other than that, standard black key, nice Mercedes logo there. But as you can see here, like I said, 2022 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLA45 wrapped in the mountain gray Magno paint. I was almost thinking it's very close to the selenite gray, but the mountain gray has a really nice hue to it, because you can see here, look at how it accentuates the body lines here in the bright sunlight. Really adds a lot of aggressiveness to the vehicle over just a standard gloss paint. But let's go ahead and take a walk around the vehicle and just point out a couple things about it. Up at the front, some very nice LED headlights. You got, see right there, LED high performance. Your DRLs go along the top and then here along the bottom. Up at the front, you got front facing camera, and then this is filled in because this has the adaptive cruise control, the Distronic Plus for Mercedes. But as you can see here behind this panorama grille, you got all of it open for airflow. Even down here along the bottom, all completely open. The one thing that isn't open though are these massive looking brake coolers, but unfortunately that side, driver's side, is not open. I believe the passenger side is opened up a little bit, as you can see there, for another radiator or intercooler, whatever that is. All right, so taking a look at the wheels here, black with the silver outline, 20-inch wheels, and as you can see here, the tire size 255 40/20s. They are Continental Sport Contact 6s with some absolutely massive red brakes underneath. One thing you will notice on these, even though we just had it washed, a lot of brake dust, but that's part of having performance brakes. Now let's go down the side a little bit. As you can see here, the Turbo 4MATIC Plus badge blacked out, as well as the mirrors and the roof, because it has the blackout package, the night edition package, which also does the little bits up on the front. Moving down along the side, all of this is also blacked out, the moldings around the windows because of the night package. Keep moving around. AMG gets you a little extra spoiler here, a little bit of added downforce. The rear design, a little bit more rounded than the previous shape car, but you also have quad exit exhaust tips here, circular instead of the old diamond cut design, and I believe they are 100% real. No, they are not. All right, so now that we were talking about the exhaust, you also have the active exhaust with here on this car that we'll demonstrate here in a little bit. Nice little mini rear diffuser back there. Blacked out badges, GLA45 here, and then the AMG over on this side. But overall, a very nice looking car with a lot of very capable performance, which we will explore here on the road in a minute. But let's go ahead and jump in the interior and take a quick look at that. All right, so as we open up the door here to the GLA45, you're greeted by this lovely updated Mercedes interior, flagshipped by these two massive screens on the dash. But first, I have the window sticker here, and we're going to go over some of the options that were selected on this vehicle. All right, so as you can see here, 382 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque from the 2-liter inline-4 turbo engine, 8-speed, speed shift DCT, has the AMG Dynamic Select, the AMG Ride Control Sport Suspension, a whole bunch of other stuff, the dual 10.25-inch screens here, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, all the standard stuff, keyless start. And then here, optional equipment. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the 20-inch wheels, twin 5-spoke matte blacks, those are optional wheels. Let's see. Continuing on, there's some other small stuff on here. First aid kits, heated and ventilated front seats. Those are operated here on the door, as in traditional Mercedes fashion. And we also have the panoramic roof, massive panoramic roof up there, actually dual So you got the front roof and the rear roof over the back seats. And we got the Burmester sound system, parking assistance package, the night package, which we already touched on, multimedia package, and the AMG Dynamic Plus package, which gives the larger brakes that we talked about, the performance steering wheel, AMG drive unit, and race mode, which we will experience here in a little bit. But this is the AMG performance steering wheel. You even have the mode selector here on this little knob, which we will touch on in a bit. And as well, you can control some of the settings for the vehicle over here as well. Let's go ahead and get this started and go through some of the menus real quick. Okay, so the way you operate the main dash here is going to be through this side over here. So you can kind of scroll down through this little capacitive touch thing and scroll through all sorts of different menus. You can see you got the little counter there on the right hand side. I think you can also scroll, so the actual view of it will change. Let's go ahead and get back to where we were. So when you hit your back or your home button here, it brings you up to a bunch of different things to scroll through as well. So navigation, phone, your assistance, AMG performance, trip, radio, all that sort of stuff. Let's go ahead and click on the AMG performance, and then that kind of brings you into your performance menu here. You got your rev counter on the right hand side. As you can see, it goes up. On the left side, that is going to be your speed, and then along the top, and then you also have your little digital readout there, and then 2 rev counters, I guess. So you got the middle sweeping needle, and then on the right hand side you have the real futuristic bar looking thing there. It also gives you your speed limit conveniently down there along the bottom. And then now your main central screen over here, operated with this touchpad down here. You can kind of just scroll along. One of the cool things that I found when I was going in here earlier, it was a little bit finicky. Trans temp, all sorts of stuff, consumption, fuel consumption, a nice little graph, dynamic select. This shows you where you can configure your individual mode. So you can do all of that, and then request, let me scroll down. So individual, and then you can go ahead and select whichever options you want through here. But some pretty cool menus here in the performance pages, I guess you would call it. Other than that, going through the interior, you got all your climate control stuff down here in the middle. Some nice storage down here. Some plug-ins and everything. Your cup holders, like we already went over this. Here's your parking sensors where you can turn them on or off. You can change your dynamic modes through this as well as the steering wheel. I'm not sure what that does. I'm pretty sure that might bring up vehicle quick access, probably, yeah, vehicle settings and stuff like that. Favorite button, which you could probably add to anything. Your volume control, navigation map, radio, telephone. And then here's where your manual mode selector is, your traction control. Over here is another exhaust button, and then the suspension button. So if you don't get the AMG performance steering wheel, which comes with these, which makes it a lot easier to access, this would be the only way to change your settings without going into the menus up here. Storage here in the middle, decent size storage with dual folding up there. Ambient lighting, you can kind of see it right there. We have ambient lighting that kind of wraps all the way around the vehicle. Some nice faux carbon fiber glove box, some nice door pockets, a lot of storage in here. I mean, it's supposed to be a practical compact SUV, but without boring you guys, let's go ahead and get on the road, because I know that's what most people want to do with these cars, is actually go out and drive them and see what they're like. So let's go do that. All right, so here we go. We are in Sport Plus mode, manual transmission. Now, for those that don't know, I've actually previously owned a car very similar to this in the CLA45 AMG. I owned a 2018 model year car, so a lot different on the interior. The engine and the drivetrain is basically still the same. Obviously, they've made a couple tweaks since 2018, but largely the same drivetrain as this car here. And of course, we got the hatchback version, which is mine was the sedan. But let's got a little bit of experience with these cars, so let's go ahead. We're going to push it down our road here. Unfortunately, I didn't bring the proper mount for my second camera so you guys can see where we're going. So you're just going to have to sit here and look at me the whole time, but I will give you guys my impressions on if they've improved this car or not. So let's go ahead. Third gear. I'll slow it down a little bit. Second gear, 30 mile an hour, about 4,000 RPM, and a little bit of turbo lag. A little bit of hesitation too. It doesn't really like going up to red line, but the speed is there. The speed is there. You can tell that there's a bit of artificially pumped in noise. It's definitely a lot different than how the previous generation used to be, where it was a lot of pops and crackles out the back. But this is kind of overwhelming, the amount of pumped in cabin noise, but at least it kind of sounds good. Depends on your taste. But now we're going to throw it through some corners here and see how it does. These Continental Sport Contact 6, I think this is the first time I've driven on these tires, so let's see how she does. The steering is very heavy in Sport Plus, but composed. There's a lot, you can feel the weight moving around a lot in Sport Plus. When we come back the other way, I'll put it in race to see. A couple pops and bangs out the back there. The good thing about the all-wheel drive system, you can really use the throttle to help turn the car mid-corner. Test the brakes. I didn't get on them fully, but the brakes are good. Brakes are really good. The transmission is responsive, just doesn't like being up near a red line, really. Let's go ahead and use the throttle to turn the car there. That's good. Oh, big pop out of that one. It really pops a lot between third and fourth gear. Really big backfire out the back. But overall, still fairly composed. The steering is a lot heavier than I thought it would be, like I already mentioned, but I guess that's just part of the characteristics, I guess. It makes the car feel almost heavier than it actually is. Oh, that is a motorcycle, or a bicycle. Slow down for them. Be careful. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're at the top here. We're going to go ahead and flip back around. And we'll put it in a race mode. Turning circle. Slow. Not the greatest turning circle, but not too bad. All right, back down the hill. Race mode now. Transmission does seem a little bit more responsive. I'm not going to floor it just yet until we get past this bicyclist. All right, here we go. Let's see what race mode has. A little bit more pops and bangs out of the back. The all-wheel drive system really does help the car turn. You kind of just set it in the middle of the corner and then give it a little bit of throttle and it just really pulls itself around. It's almost a cheat code. I just kind of ducked out of the way because there was a bug that just hit the windshield. It's pretty quick. I think it could use a little bit better tire on it. It has a lot of grip, but just I want a little bit more. Especially on turn in. Corner exit, it's really good with the all-wheel drive, but turn in and mid corner is a little bit of understeer, and that's part of the heavy steering feeling that I'm getting. Let's see what we gotta do here. Slow down for the bicyclists. This will surprise a lot of cars on the road. especially in the almost unassuming hatchback guise that it's in. Being on the racetrack, I think, would be fairly interesting because, like I said, it does feel heavy. The steering is, like I said, very heavy. That's the one thing that kind of surprised me more than I think even compared to my old CLA. The steering feels very heavy. And we're going to go ahead and cool this thing down. We are hopefully going to get this thing on a racetrack sometime in the future. Nudge, nudge. Owner's sitting right next to me right now. But we have a person that's just stopped in the middle of the road as I try and finish this video off. But yeah, overall, very good. Very similar to how my old CLA was. Just the steering. The steering is the big thing. It feels a lot heavier of a vehicle than what my old CLA did. I'm not sure if that's just the calibration or the actual weight that has gone up because it's a GLA. But still, overall, very, very, very fun vehicle. The corner exit is ridiculous with this thing because you can just absolutely floor it. Like, as long as you have the car pointed in the right direction, you just mat the gas coming out of the corner and it's going to go. Not going to spin. You don't have to worry about it. The all-wheel drive will take care of it. But yeah, more videos coming on this car very soon. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, leave them below. Like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.